Oh, hi there. How are you guys doing today? Is it live? Might have been. I don't know. There's no way to know. There's just literally no way they could possibly inform you that the video's live other than putting a little red thing that says live. And then punking you out and being like, okay, now you're live. But I might have been live the whole time. So anyway, we'll go back to this little, what's it called in comedy? Okay, my little set that I have. Gosh, hi guys. Don't mind me just over here brushing my hair. Okay, just brushing my hair. Okay, because today we're making shampoo bars, and I can't like tell you how good they are. I can just show you my hair. Okay. Enough of that nonsense. Put it back in the ponytail where it belongs, okay? Hi. Welcome to Make With Me Monday. Today, hi Lakita, Yahuda, Trish, and Karen, and Livia. Hi. Today we're going to be making shampoo bars. Right? Okay, sorry. Ponytail. Focus. Okay. So we're going to be making shampoo bars. We haven't done them in a while. Maybe we have. I can't remember. But we're going to make them today. And we're going to be making Amanda's Best Pressed. Amanda's favorite from the ebook, which I don't think I've made on a live before. I think I've always done like the moldable ones where you can melt it and mold it and put it in a silicone mold. I think I've always done those. I don't think I've done a noodly bar in a live. So Karen says, so shiny, is that because of your product? Yes. Yes, and also because I don't do anything to it. Okay? I don't put hairspray in it. I don't put things, move, anything. It's just, this is literally all it ever does is in the ponytail. Sometimes I'll braid it. So that's probably has something to do with it too, but yeah, it's the shampoo bars. Let's just say it's the shampoo bars. Okay, so you can see that I have two sets lined up here because you're gonna make little itty bitty shampoo bars today, which if you have people who are interested in shampoo bars, but the price point for shampoo bars, like to charge correctly your cost of goods for a shampoo bar, it's going to be for like a 2-inch, 2.5-inch puck, like 4 ounces, whatever it is, 3.5 ounces. It's going to be like, I don't know about you, okay, but for me, it's like $15 to $20. That's a big investment. I think that could scare people, because also it's like, it's your hair. A lot of people take like your hair is like who you are, so they don't like to risk their entire soul on a shampoo bar, which I understand. So I'm going to show you something I'm so excited about. I'm going to get started and I'll talk to you about it as we go. So I have all my ingredients already measured out. Okay, cool. But I'll talk about them as we go. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. BCMS 50. It smells. It definitely smells. So if it smells, it smells. Okay. You can't smell it in the finished bar though. It's a conditioning agent. Okay. Okay. All right. Cocoa butter. I said I was going to talk about things and then I'm not. Stearic acid. Where did you go? There you are. I knew I had one of these pulled out and ready. Stearic acid. It's going to help make it harder. And cetyl alcohol. It's a fatty alcohol, so it's not like drying alcohol. It's like creamy, makes things thicker. Okay. I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. Then I'm gonna show you the molds that I'm excited about. Okay. And this is SLSA. I like to just melt this a little bit before I add the SLSA. You don't have to, but I do. So you don't have to though. Okay, so it's been a long time since I found a new vendor for y'all. It's been a long time, girl, since I found a new vendor for y'all. Look how cute these are. These molds are from an Etsy store called From the Ashes. All the products in her Etsy store are focused on shampoo and conditioner bars. So I'm not gonna pull a supplier up here and like show them off, unless they're like doing something unique. And not that there's like any problem with like buying STL things online, printing them, and that's your business. Like there's no problem with that. But to bring it to the group, I want it to be unique. I want to see them doing things that like other people aren't doing. They're kind of going their own direction. Let's just check on this. Okay, looks like she's hot. Okay. And yeah, also the quality has to be. I tell vendors that too, like before. I'm like, look, if I don't like it, I'm not going to say anything like publicly about it. I'll let you know personally, like my feedback on it, and then we can like go back and forth. But like, it has to be perfect, because I know a lot of you guys are like beginners, and also I don't want you to waste your money. So, okay, so I vetted this company From the Ashes. I'm going to add my SLSA now. So, she's checking all the boxes. She's doing all the things. It's unique. I haven't seen anybody else hone in and focus on. Oh, you know what I didn't? I'm like, I weighed out all the ingredients except my SCI noodles. So there's that. We'll have to weigh those out. So yeah, she's checking all the boxes. The other thing that I like is her molds are basically like a system. Okay, so which that makes me think of Lego. There's like a Lego. It's not a Lego movie, but it's like a movie about, or it's like a documentary about Lego, and they say Lego system like 9 zillion times. Like they're super proud that it's a system. Anyway, this is like a system. So you can buy the single shell. It's a shell with lip. You can buy the inserts that have the shape. Okay, you put that in. You put in your mixy mix. You can put in another shape if you want to, or you can put in a blank puck, put that in, and then press it, and then unmold. And so you can get like a bunch of different pucks. I think it's a good idea. I like it. So I got these small ones because I figured that's like a nice size if people want to like sample. They want to try like sample bars. Or for me personally, like say I want to test a new combination, right? I want to see, do I like it when I add eggs to it? I don't know, something random. I would never do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, do I like it when I add beer to it? Because people want like beer soap all the time. So maybe they want that, you know? It's probably not. But, so that's good, you know? Little size, lets you test. Let's weigh our SCI noodles out real quick. Since I just skipped that whole part and everything, the directions called for. Whoops. My bad. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make 2 different bars. So I can show you how this works. We're going to make 2 different types. Okay. So I can show you how this works. Michelle says, where did I get my hair bonnet / covering? I will include links in the description, and I always always include a link to that because there's always somebody who asks about it. But it's from Amazon. The price on them has like gone way up. So I don't know what that's about. Like, way up. Like, I understand inflation, but like this is like sus. So, but you know, the link is there if you're like interested in it. So I'll post that after the live though. But Amazon, basically. Okay, so here's my SGI noodles. I might as well weigh the other ones right now. That's the other thing, like if you have these little small ones, it's kind of cool because you can do like 2 batches at one time. Okay, set that aside, do it one more time. Aren't these little clear glass bowls cute? My husband was like at a garage sale or something, and he found a whole stack of them and he brought them to me, and I was like, you're so good, because he knows. Like the other day I literally bought some pizza sauce just for the jar. I just wanted the jar. I have a thing with glass bottles and containers and little container thingies. Some might call it a addiction, but you know, whatever. Some might be wrong. Okay. All right. Back to our deal we're doing. All right, so I have this stuff in here. I'm probably gonna heat it up a little bit because, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I add my SCI noodles, but I think I need to heat it up just a little bit because I let it sit and kind of get, you know, thick. And Tanya says, yay, you finally made a live. Yay. And Lucille says you got a silk bonnet. Ooh, that's nice. I have a silk pillowcase because I'm like, here's why. Here's why though. Okay. There's very few things in life that I'm like, okay, that's a lot. I don't need a lot. Okay, I don't need a lot. What I need, the things that I need though, like they need to be good. So my sleep system has to be really good. And I have a king size pillow that's like squishy and just right. And it's like, it literally has a name. And when I go out of town, I always take it. I'll take my bigger suitcase just so I can take it with me. Anyway, the pillowcase for it like died. I don't know, the pillowcase for it got ripped or something, and so I needed a new pillowcase. And then I discovered that to buy king size pillowcases, like, number one, you have to buy 2. Fine. But you, like, they're like $20 or $30 each at the time. I can't remember. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was looking. I might have just saw what I wanted to see. Yeah, that's possible. So anyway, I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just get a silk one because it's like basically the same price. Because you can't just buy a king size pillowcase all on its own like you can with the standard. It's not my fault. Okay. Now we're gonna add our SCI noodles, and we're just going to fold it in. Okay, we're gonna fold it in. Fold it in. Gently fold it in. We may have to, I don't know, may have to heat it up. I don't know, I think it's gonna be fine, but we want all the noodles to get incorporated. Want it to be all smushed in there together as a little family. Okay, it does need to be heated just a little bit. I got impatient. Still impatient. I think that'll be better. Yeah, okay, better. So it's gonna be like kind of sticky and soft when it's ready for the next step. But also, what I'm looking for is a drop in temperature, which is never going to happen if I keep popping it in the microwave. But I needed to make sure all the noodles were like all the way in. And let me give it a stir because it looks like it's actually there. Yeah. So what we're making sure is that the temperature is not going to cause any of these next ingredients that we're going to add to basically flash off or kind of evaporate into thin air, because then, like, what's the point? So that was hydrolyzed oat protein. That was, sorry, it smells so good. That was cyclomethicone and dimethicone, which are silicones, and if that's a deal breaker for you, that's okay. You can use silicone-free options like daikon seed extract, or I can't remember, there's another one that people suggested in the shampoo bar group, but there are alternatives. You don't have to use silicone if you don't want to. My hair loves it. My hair loves silicone, so it's like, you know, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. So do what's good for you, you know, power choice and all that stuff. Okay, and the fragrance I chose for this, well, not a fragrance, it's an essential oil blend, and it is rosemary and mint. Smells delicious, smells amazing. I'm gonna add just a little bit of mica to it because I want it to be a pretty color. But I should pull a portion off, but it's gonna be cold. Why did I do that? Okay. My younger son, like, always says that. He's like, why do I always do that? We're like, what are you talking about, man? Chill out. Okay. I wanted to keep a portion uncolored because, as you can see, these little puck inserts, like, you could put, so on the Etsy site, it has like little, the flower would be a different color from the shampoo bar. And I want to do that. I want to be like that person that's doing that. So I'm going to try. So, oh, that's a pretty color. I mean, it's pretty to me in this camera. It may not be in this camera. Close my eyes. It may not be pretty. Yeah, it is pretty for y'all. It looks like pistachio ice cream. My favorite flavor. I am going to move my little portion, like, back in with its family. Just, it's going to live in, like, a little side over here. Because I don't want to leave it over here and it get too cool too fast to mold. Okay? So while this cools a little bit, I'm going to start the next one. That's why I have two. That's why I decided to do two, because waiting. This one I'll put the SLSA in with it so you guys can see. It doesn't really make a difference. In my brain says that it does, but it doesn't. I don't think so. Okay. Is there a temp? That's the difference it makes. Is there a temp you're striving for? So, we're using a preservative that can tolerate high heat. So really, it's going to go based off like all your other ingredients, and whichever one has the lowest temp tolerance is the temperature you want to go with. It can be a little bit difficult to make sure that you get it, but if you put all of your phase 3, I think this is phase 3, you put all them in at the same time, it can help protect some of the other ones that have like a lower tolerance, if that makes sense. So you could do them individually. Like, you could add your preservative right away because it can tolerate that high temperature, ideally. Like, I'm using Phenanip. Okay, so it can tolerate that high temperature, and then the process of adding it in can help cool your stuff down, and it's like a little symbiotic relationship that they have going on. They have their own system. But yeah, it's just something like you'll have to it also will depend on the like for this it's gonna go by the essential oils. So it's gonna be like a lower top, like I'm going for like 120 because I have essential oils in there. I could probably go higher, but I don't want to. You know, it makes me nervous. So, okay. The other thing about these molds is that a lot of shampoo bars are printed with this. So this is like, I've seen other ones that are printed like this, but it has, it's not PLA like the filament. It's like a different kind of filament. I don't know what it is, but it's different. It's like shinier, and it can tolerate higher temperatures, so that makes it good for shampoo bars. But it releases easier, but I had to put these in the fridge to get them to release like all the way. So I am going to use some cellophane today to help them release, but just know that when I did these, I was able to get them to just pop off the, whoa, Jesus. I was able to get them to just pop off of this part. I just had to put them in the fridge so that they cooled down enough to like not be sticky when you pull it. So if you try to pull it off and it's sticky, it just needs to cool down some more, in my expert opinion. All right, so this is all melty. Actually, it needs another minute. Not a minute, you know, not a minute, but like a minute. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come over here, and we're gonna start this. Let me get some plastic wrap. You can also use, if you can't find your plastic wrap like me right now, which I know it's here somewhere, you can also use Ziploc bags. Amanda showed me this. This is like a really good trick. So I'm going to put the insert in the bottom. Boop, right there. I'm going to put my Ziploc bag in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my little heart to, or my little flower. I'm going to try though. Okay, I'm going to smush this into that flowery shape. I'm not going to get, that's not going to happen for me. That's not happening for me today. I'm just going to be real realistic. Okay? I can tell. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. But I tried. An attempt was made. Okay. And now I'm going to add this to my scale. I probably should have waited before I added that, but it's fine. It's not that much. I'm basically splitting it into two 50-gram shampoo bars. You can, I don't know. You can you can do bigger, but this is the sample size or the test size batch, so it's like 100 grams. So that's another thing. Like, I don't know, this size fits that perfectly. So this size was the 2-inch. I will probably order some of the 2.5-inch to be like a full shampoo bar. But for now, I like this size, so I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one. Okay, I'm gonna press it in. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this. Okay. You know what I meant to do? Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so clever. Okay, I mean, you know, it's kind of worked. It's not. It kind of worked. My little attempt at making my flower. Or just like, no, not really. I mean, not really. But that's not the mold's fault. That's definitely on me. Okay. I'm just going to situation that back on there. We're just going to try again. But I may not be able to unmold it right away. That's why I didn't want to do that. Because I didn't want you to be sad if I didn't unmold it right away. Much better. Okay, you can see how smooth the sides are now. It's going to be really pretty. It's going to be really pretty. I'm going to slide this off of this bottom base thing. You can turn it this way so you have like the curved bottom, but I liked the flat bottom better. I mean, not, but yeah. for that. I'm gonna try the leaf next. Can you use fragrance oil or only essential oils? You can totally use fragrance oils. This one right here has Serendipity, which is a fragrance by Muddy Soap Co. that I've been like crushing on hardcore. So that one uses Serendipity. You know what? You know what? I bet that's why you can do like this and use your brain. Oh my god, yeah, that's gonna work. It'll be a white leaf in a green background, so it kind of probably should be opposite, but that, I bet's how you do it. I did test these, but you know, it's me. So yeah, you can totally use a fragrance oil if you want to. I do like the addition of essential oil. Like, I'm not an essential oil girl. Y'all know I'm not like typically on the essential oil train. Nothing wrong with them. It just, you know, it's just not my style. But you can do that, and you can do fragrance oils. Whoops, that's the wrong cup. Whatever. What's happening? I would always try to add. I mean, this is hard because it's what I'm about to say. But like, I would always try to add rosemary essential oil at the very least, because it's like so good for hair. Or like lavender essential oil is so good for hair. Tea tree, so it's like, you know, so that's why I add them, because it's like there's so many benefits to them. But if I wanted to layer that on top with something else that didn't, you know, have that fragrance, I don't know. You could also do infusions, which there's a bunch of blog posts on our Patreon. But not a bunch, but there's a few blog posts on our Patreon where I talk about infusions, and like I make rosemary infused mango butter, and then I swap the cocoa butter for mango butter, and then I use that in my shampoo bars. That's usually what I do use. So you could also do that. Like, that's another way to add kind of those botanical elements that you want to add. And I would also say that the conditioner bar is probably the most important one for that. So I think that you could probably get away with doing all fragrance oils in the shampoo, and then like adding a little of essential oil to the conditioner bar. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, do what feels right. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, but rosemary mint is pretty popular, so. Alright, squishy, squishy, mixy, mixy. It's kind of chaos, but see, I don't think I've done these. I'm pretty sure I've never done these on a live. I'm pretty sure I've always done them melted and molded. That's the other thing for the recipes, is like there's a bunch of different options. So this is Amanda's best pressed bar. This is Amanda's favorite. I used to usually make our favorite, which was a melted and molded one. It's just named our favorite. That's what it's named. There's also one that I haven't tried that I really want to try, is the 2-in-1 detox one. And if it sounds weird that I'm saying I haven't tried it, here's why. There's 2 people who own this business. And there's actually 3 people who do the work for this business. And I get the very easy end of things, in my opinion. So I don't do a lot of the like more difficult tasks, like anything. But Amanda did this. This is like she did all the research and stuff on it. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know the answer to that. Let's ask Amanda. Amanda, what'd you do? You know. Let's see if I can take one of these off so I can have it. No, I shouldn't do that. I did do it. It was fine. I mean, it's a little bit smushy, but that's fine. See? That's good, right? Okay. So yeah, that's why like when I say that, I don't want y'all to be like, what? Isn't this your recipe? I mean, kind of, it is kind of my recipe, but it's not, you know? it wasn't my baby, if that makes sense. We co-parent all the recipes, but this one wasn't birthed from me. To get weird with it. All right, let's add, oh crap, well, that's okay. I forgot to add this stuff in, so I could probably have to do this. My bad. My bad. Okay. Squishy, squishy. Mixy, mixy. Might have to mix by hand. Okay. Why am I leaving the top of the mold on? Oh, okay, because this is, oh, okay, it's loosening up. That's good. Because it's easier to unmold it once it cools down a little bit. I didn't want to use plastic. Like, I could have used cellophane on it, and I tried. I mean, I tried to use a Ziploc bag. Like, real raggedy of me, but whatever, I tried. So it's easier to unmold, though, if it's cooled down. And these ones that I did last night, I popped them in the refrigerator to help me unmold them. So obviously I don't have a fridge in here. And even if I did, I wouldn't have the time to like sit and wait for it to cool down. So I'm just kind of letting them cool with the top on to see if I can unmold it without damaging it. Okay, and so I don't know if I said, but this second one is lavender and tea tree. So the second one is lavender and tea tree, which is also so many things happening at one time. It's also like a really good combination. It's good for hair. It smells good, feels good, you know, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Okay, smushy, smushy, all that in. And I'll include a link in the description to where I got these molds. I got them on Etsy from the ashes. And also I got some conditioner bars, conditioner bar molds. And after this live is done, I'm gonna hop over to Patreon, and we're gonna do a Patreon after party, and I'm gonna make some conditioner bars. Look how cool these are. At first when they came in, I was like, what the heck? You can't make conditioner bars in this material. And then I saw what was happening. Look at that. So it's a silicone mold. I got them to match the designs that I picked. So I have a leaf, a heart, and a flower of these. So I don't know if this is supposed to be kept in here and then you pour it, or if this is literally just to protect your silicone, because if you make bath bombs around silicone, you know that your silicone is gonna like slowly start to get this like gritty, unpleasant texture on it. So, all right, this is pretty good for molding now. I think, don't rush this part because it does have to cool down. If it gets too hot, you can like zap it real quick in the if it gets too cool and it's like falling apart and crumbling when you're molding it, you could zap it in the microwave like really quickly. You don't want to kill your preservative or anything like that, but you could do that like really quickly. Okay, now we're gonna try again. Can I rub a little cyclomethicone over the mold to unmold easier? You could. There's already cyclomethicone in your recipe though, so it might be like a little bit redundant. But you could. You could also dust it with cornstarch. You could. I don't know. But here's the deal. You could also just buy multiples. I think she has a multi-press, which is cool. But also you could buy multiples of the same pup. Like I think this size pup was like $3. So like what the most expensive part was buying this part, but then after you get that part, the inserts are like only $3, well, for this size. So, and I'm sure like as it goes up it'll be like a little bit more expensive, but it's not bad. So you could actually get multiples without like breaking the bank, which I'm telling you right now that's a really cool idea. I like it. Okay. So, or you could just let it cool off. You know, there's that too. So I'm going to add these. So I don't know if I finished my sentence or my thought, but I'm going to hop on to Patreon after this, and we'll do a Patreon after party, and I'll make some conditioner bars over there. Just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Nike, like just do it. Okay. Also on Patreon this week, I am like under the gun that I put myself under. Nobody does this to me. I do this to myself. To get an old Hollywood set finished. It's gotta be finished by next week. Okay, look how pretty though. And in a minute I'll unload this. I'll try. So there's gonna be like a lot of extra content in Patreon this week as I like try really hard. It's for the children. It's like for a really good cause. It's for our local community college has like a fund for kids who like can't afford to go to college, but like they don't qualify based off their FAFSA, but they for like government aid, but they still would like to go to college. Anyway, it lets them go to college for free. So it's a fundraiser for that, which is like, yes, college should be free, in my opinion. What do I know? Yes, I'm one of those people. College should be free. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if this one's right. It feels a little bit like it's not ready, but I'm gonna force it because that's what I'm here for. Is to be a bad example. Oh, it worked. Okay, I'm just like cleaning up the little dents from when my fingers jammed into it. Okay. Look! I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still really cute. I like that. So this would be cool. Like you could do like a sampler set. Like you could sell these individually, but you could also do like a sampler set. So you could have like 3 so people could kind of decide like if they're on the fence about it or something like that. So do you use 2 different colors for 1 bar? Yes, I did this time. You don't have to though. If you're using PVC molds, how do you prepare them? Like a PVC pipe? I would treat it the way I would treat soap, and I would probably line it with freezer paper if it were me. Okay, hold on a second. What is the difference between? Wait, hold on. Can I use SCS as a substitute for some of the SCI or SLES? I have a lot of it, and what is the difference? I personally would not use. It's too early for me to do this, right? Okay, put it down. I personally would not use SCS. There's a big company. They make shampoo bars and bath bombs. Rhymes with Lush. Somebody else commented that this week. I stole that, sorry. They use SCS in a lot of their products. I don't know why when there are more gentle options available, but I feel like SCS is too, it's like irritating to the skin. So if you have a bunch of it, like you could substitute a small portion and then see if it makes a difference. Like, but the first time I tried, like when Amanda did this, I didn't believe. I was a non-believer because I was like, I've tried shampoo bars before. They turned my hair into hay. Okay, I tried the no poo. I tried the shampoo bars. I tried the baking soda and vinegar so you walk around smelling like a pickle. Like I tried all like the natural hair things, and I had like given up. But my scalp gets like so itchy from like regular shampoo. So, I was a non-believer, but I think that one of the things is that Lush uses SCS in so much of their stuff. Like, okay. Why didn't y'all tell me no? You know what though? You can just, I did this multiple times last night. I just would put it back in and like squash it down and be like, I'll try again later. So that's a good thing. So yeah, I would just say You can, but I would test it. I would test it. And I would only use a small amount. Because there is a lot of surfactant. I mean, there has to be a lot of surfactant. You're not going to get bubbles and cleaning in hair without surfactant of some kind or natural soap. So those are your two options. So, okay. I'll unmold that later, though. I got these two. That's good. Right? Look how cute. I haven't joined Patreon as of yet. Could I still watch the after party live part after I join Patreon? Yeah, so all the videos from like the past 2 years that we've been doing Patreon, they're all on there available. It's a little bit wonky to try to find things because it's like Patreon's not very organized, but everything's on there. Like everything is on there. So yes, you will be able to. Great question. Okay, that's it. I will add links in the description to where I got some of my ingredients, like the SCI noodles. I got like a big old bag of SCI noodles, and some of the other ingredients that can be harder to find, like the hydrolyzed proteins and stuff like that. I'll include links in the description with some good suggestions. Although the shampoo bar guide has a bunch of good suggestions, so check that first. I'll include links to where you can get this recipe, obviously, where you can get these molds, of course, where you can find Patreon, and where you can find a shirt like mine. It says, I like my bath bombs how I like my men, slowly dissolving in the tub. Alright, anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I've been making